All right, David. So now I'm going to coach you through the chain reaction of what happens for you that gets in the way of you caring personally and challenging directly. So otherwise known your self-awareness. So I'll set a 6-minute timer and I'll coach you through. So when you think about talking to Alex, what's he going to do that's going to trigger you?
I think he's going to complain about like where we are with the school and all the initiatives and how much work we have to do. I think he might be like passive aggressive because like I know like he thinks he might want to be grade level. Like he applied for the grade level chair thing too. And so like, I mean, I don't, like we're friends, but that has not gone. I mean, we're less friends now because of that. And so maybe like him being like passive because like he has said like I'll be on time, and then he's not on time. So like he might just try to like put me off. That's really going to trigger me. So like I guess the complaining and the putting me off because he's never like, no, I'm not going to do it because of all these reasons. He's like, yeah, I'll be there, and then he's not. So like that's really going to trigger me because like that's passive aggressive, and that really frustrates me.
Mm-hmm. So what could he say or do in the actual conversation that'll trigger you? I heard you say make excuses or be passive aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's either going to say like, "Oh, I'm so overwhelmed," or he's going to be like, "No, I get it, I'll do it." And it's like, well, we've had this conversation.
Okay, so like anything to like be dismissive.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that he's got a lot going on in his personal life. Is there anything that he can say or do that would trigger you there?
Okay, yeah, we'll do her. Actually,
I mean, yeah, it's just the overwhelmed thing of being like, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, yeah, we all are. Like I get it. I'm not, not asking you to like do everything. I'm asking you to like prep for a meeting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so when he does those things to trigger you, what will then be your emotions?
He can do it, and then we can all.
Oh, it makes me mad. Like it annoys me. Like it makes me mad that I feel disrespected. But I feel disrespected, and then I just feel frustrated. Like it's like, oh, like like you're mad at me about this like grade level chair thing. You're like not doing what you need to do. Like I get it, you're struggling, and like this is our job. We have to do this stuff. Like the kids shouldn't suffer because like you don't feel like pulling stuff out.
So you're frustrated, you get angry. What else? What does it feel like to be frustrated?
I mean, just ticked off, and like then I'm like just ticked off, like short tempered, like.
So then what are your self-limiting mindsets? Do you fall into unintended enabler or negative controller?
I mean, sometimes I feel like both. Like sometimes like last time, right? He was like, I'll do it. And I was like, yeah. And then he didn't do it. So I guess I was like enabling. But like I also now I feel like I'm gonna be on like the negative controller side of like I want to be like, hey, get this together. I've talked to you multiple times. Like you don't want to keep having this conversation with me. Like, like have it with the principal when you still aren't doing your job. Like get it together. This is annoying. Like I'm ticked off. Get it together. We had to do all this stuff. You look like a mess. You make me look like a mess. Like, ugh.
So then what are your behaviors?
I mean that, like I just like snap and like, it's like, boom, like, hey, get it together. Come to the meeting on time. Like you look like a mess. Like, or don't come to the meeting on time and let's just document it, Like it's just like, it's like an aggressive way of pointing out. I mean, I'm just ticked. Like it's like very snappy. Like I'm feeling mad now because I'm mad about it. But like snapping at him,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'm really sarcastic too. Like it just be like getting a dig in. Yeah.
Mm. So what do you think is the impact?
Oh, I mean, like then it like just like, I mean, no one likes that. Like people remember when you say sarcastic things to them. Like then he like, he'll either feel bad, like called out, or like upset with me because like what he's getting more is that like I'm angry and annoyed, and this is about me. And at the end of the day, this only has something to do with me because he's not doing his job. But like, then it's going to turn into like, wow, like David disrespected me, or David doesn't value me as a team, or David's not living our team norms because he's being mean to me. Like that's the impact of like, and then we're having a different conversation, which like, we don't need to be having this conversation. He can just fill in his chart before he comes to meeting and come to meetings on time. Like, make your little calendar blocks.
All right, I'm gonna need you to be like super self-reflective now, and like make it super about David and what's becoming clearer to you. So that's like a pause in the video. So, all right, David. So it looks like you have 1 minute to think about what's becoming clearer to you.
I mean, that chain is very clear to me. Like, he gets into like either the excuse making or passing the buck or even pacifying me. It frustrates me. At this point, I'm frustrated. It's going to lead to that like negative controller side of like, I have to respond, and now it's about me. Like, I'm up to here. And then when I do that, like, I snap. I can be sarcastic. I can be like petty and mean, and like it provokes a reaction, but like not the reaction that I want. Like, and it doesn't communicate. Then it frustrates him, and like this then turns into a conversation about me, and like me not like managing, supporting, being like a leader that I need to be, and it's just not about that right now.
Got it. Let's switch.